Good afternoon, dear friends. Today we discuss the principle and practices of management, and with this regard, we also continue the study for the 14 principles of management given by Abraham Lincoln. First, we come to know why principle of practices management is important for a manager. So, the principles and practices, these are the guidelines and fundamental truths that contribute in terms of managing the manager, managing the organizations, to managing and taking the right kind of decisions. So you have to follow the rules. So these are the guidelines to do the business and managing the human resource, so that you will have maximum output and you can achieve your organizational goal. So with this regard, the principles and practices of management, these are the basic general guidelines, which is the fundamental truths, and it also helps in managing the management, and it is also universally accepted. So these principles, by applying everywhere, you can apply everywhere, which will guide the managers to take the right decisions. And also it's formed by practices and experiments. These principles have been developed by rigorous experiment and several experiments and practices which have been developed long years back, long ago by the management thinkers, so that they will provide the right guidelines and principles to manage the organizations. Now I will talk about the Henry Fayol, who has given the 40 principles of management, which is known as the father of management. Henry Fayol defined as management as to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate and control the activities of others. He gave 14 principles of management, and according to him, five main principles of management are planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling, so that we can achieve the organizational goal. So now coming to the biography of Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol was born on 29th July 1841 in France. He graduated in 1860 as a mining engineer and joined a French mining company in the same year. He worked as a junior executive in the company in the year 1892. Thereafter, he was promoted as general manager in the company. In 1898, he was appointed as the chief executive at the company. His managerial excellence was reflected by the fact that he turned the losing company into a flourishing company. When he retired after 30 years of services, the company was a leading company, leading gold steel company with strong financial background. He wrote a monograph in French in 1916 entitled General and Industrial Administration. So these are about the brief biography of Henry Fayol. Now coming to 40 principles given by the Henry Fayol. First one, the division of work. Now coming to division of work, the division of labor or division of work in organizations. As we know, the organizations, there is the job in organizations. In order to do the job, we have to segregate it in a different tasks so that we can achieve the organizational goals. And that task can be divided within the organization into different teams, society specialized in those tasks. It aims to reduce the burden on single worker and save times and increase the effectiveness and efficiency. And now coming to second point. Authority and responsibility. So authority and responsibility goes hand in hand. Now coming to what is the authority? Authority is the right to give order and be obedience. Whereas the responsibility for complying with the order. You have to see, when you are getting the authority to do the tasks, giving the authority, receiving the authority and responsibility. You have to, if the work is not being done, you are same time you are accountable for the tasks of the duties. Now coming to third point, discipline. Discipline, principle of management follows the principles and depends on the obedience and compliance with the established rule in the organizations. And you have to behave in organizations as per the defined by the organizations, so that it will bring more efficiency for the workers. That will set the standards, disciplines and procedures that impose upon the organizations. That will guide the workers to do everything in a right manner. Now coming to the fourth point, unity of command. There need to be clarity on the chain of command within the team. The unity of command means that every worker will always receive order from a single boss or superior. To avoid the duality of information, that is receiving two contradictory orders and not knowing which order to be obeyed, this will lead to ambiguity and conflict conflict of the authority. So, in the organization, there should be one boss, one order should be followed, so that the organization can have the better organizational efficiency. Now, coming to the fifth point, the unity of directions. Unity of directions suggests that all the employees work towards the single common goal. All activities must be led by the manager responsible for the plan. Unity of directions, which depends on good organizational skills and planning. There cannot be unity of command without unity of directions. This means when the department is determined and planned for the quality improvement, so every worker must go for the quality improvement for the organizations. That will be there is an example also. The production activity with a production unit should be supervised and managed by one manager, while its marketing activities such as advertising, pricing, policy, etc. must be directed by only one manager. Now, sixth point is that subordination of individual interest to organizational interest. In any organization's company's interest must always be prevailed over individual interest. Here, this is called subordination of individual interest against the company interest. Meaning, it will be always necessary to give more importance what happened in the company's good than the personal issues. Another seventh point is that remuneration. The salary paid to staff, remuneration must be equitable, fair and granted for all company employees to promote the same task. See, the amount of tasks you are doing, skills level you are doing for particular task, that your labor must be compensated through the money, equitable money, and the fairness in and around whatever the equitableness in and around what the factories are giving, the industry are giving, their kind of skills, that similar kind of remuneration must be prevailed in that organizations, and that's why it is the equitable the remuneration should be given each and every employee, so that there will be motivation by the employees to do more work as they are getting the fair and equitable remunerations of the from the organizations. 8th point is centralization. Centralization the concentration of power while making decisions. So it is the degree that the manager organization taking the decisions. The certain decision must be remain with the top level management, and certain degree of the taking power of decision must be remain delegate to lower level management. So there must be match between the what kind of the decision making should be remain at top level management, and and what kind of the decision must be given to lower level management. Next point is scholar chain. Scholar chain is the principle of management, suggests that hierarchy is the order in the communication lines from the highest level to lowest levels. So there is the communications. There must be communications from top to bottom, or that will flow from bottom to top, vice versa. Why? See, there is several positions in the organizations. Any communications goes through from different level to different lower level to top level. So everybody should come to know what decision is taken by the management. So everybody should aware about the what kind of decision being taken by the organizations. So that's why the scholar can be more important in the organizations. Next, order. Here, order is not meaning it suggests that there should be a fixed place for everything. So, and everything and everyone should be in its right place. So this will lead to improve the productivity and efficiency. So the things means the production department is there. Whatever the production materials or production manager must be placed at production department. Marketing people must be placed at marketing place. There must be marketing department. So like that, the order must be maintained so that when there is required anything, you have to go for that particular department. So that will bring more efficiency in doing things in the organizations. Next point is equity. In any company, consistency to achieve the employee loyalty, it will be necessary to treat the employees in a friendly manner without any preference and choice. Equity is a combination of kindness and justice. So you have to treat everybody equally, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their religion. So you have to treat equally so that they will feel more motivations in order to achieve the teamwork in the organizations, and that will lead to improving the organizational process. Next point is that stability of tenure of the personnel. That means there should be job security. You have to keep the employee for a maximum period of time, so that there will be not fear for the employee. So stability tenure of the personnel brings more motivations for doing the work, and that is directly proportional to the level of efficiency and the high and also if there is not the fixed tenure of personnel, then there is a cost for the organization in order to recruiting again the employee or the personnel for the organizations. Next point is that initiatives. While also defined, initiatives are the ability to see, plan and ensure its success. Extending the definition that we can add that the initiatives links to people's ability to propose, develop or devise projects that improve the current situations and the chances to meeting the business plan goals with lesser cost and time. So you have to give the people, you have to encourage the people to take initiatives, and that will bring more innovations. You have to invite people, your employees, that will bring more innovations kind of in the process of product, in the process of methods, and that will help in doing better administrations. Another point is the spirit declares. Spirit declares stands for, instead of I, it stands for we. So the spirit declares is a French term that means team spirit. Therefore, the management should create unity, cooperations and team spirit among employees. Managers are the responsible for fostering an environment for mutual trust, understanding and empathy in the organizations. Those are working in that particular organizations. Next one is that its contributions of the Henry Fayol is that he analyzed the process of management as he was what 30 years of experience he had developed through the deep observations and experimentations. He was the first management thinker who provided the conceptual framework of the concept of management in his book. He gave overall concept of general management and suggested the basic functions of management. He also advocated the use of organizational chart. His conclusion was that all the work done in the business enterprises can be divided into 6 groups. First one is technical activities, which include productions and manufacturing. Second one is commercial activities, which includes buying, selling, and exchanging. Third one is financial activities, which include optimum use of capital. Fourth one is security activities, which includes protection of the property and persons. Fifth one is accounting activities, which includes costing, statistics. Sixth one is managerial activities, which includes planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating, and controlling. In conclusion, today's the class presented here bring out some thought, some input to you to while going you are the voting HR managers, you are the future HR managers, while you are managing the people in organization, you must follow the Henry principles, 14 principles, while doing the practice in the organizations, and that will help you to understand how you can manage your team, plans, organize and control and coordinate and make better decisions for the common business objective. Thank you.
Bagus coba.